Okay. Mm, I don't look the greatest today, but we are gonna do what you requested. So, normally I started my makeup with like primer, and please excuse my hair. You know, it's messy, whatever. So I'm not using a primer right now because I don't think it's necessary. What I do use, it's a cream, this cream, that has a UV filter, like a solar filter, because of the computer. There is a lot of like light reflected in my face, so um, we need to make sure that it's not like, you know, too bad. So I'm gonna grab un poquito aquí y put it on my cheeks because this is my driest area. So I use it here and then also on my chin. Not too much because my skin is very oily. If your skin is dry, then use a lot, obviously. But I don't use too much because it's going to just mess me up forever. Okay, so that's this cream. Pond's, I bought it at the supermarket for like $3, I think. X. Then I'm gonna do foundation. I normally use one of two. So I either use the Physician Formula. This is the closest to my tone. I think it's a little bit too white. And I mix it with Clinique. This foundation is really good. It's because it's matte. So we're gonna mix those two. Normally what I do is, because this comes like this with this applicator, so I would just do this and apply it to my chin, and then in my forehead I just draw like a T, and then on the brush, please, I'm sorry that this brush is so dirty, but I've been using it quite a bit. So on the brush I put a little bit of Clinique, just like that much, because Clinique is expensive, yeah. We don't want that to be a thing. So I'm just gonna dab it in my nose, and then what I'm doing is sort of like stippling motion like this, so that my skin is absorbing the stuff better. Um, Sorry, I didn't have a mirror, so I'm gonna look in the mirror a little bit. So we're gonna go over all this area, and like so. Now, because these days when you go out, you have to wear a mask, I would recommend you do like only half of your face. I don't put a lot of product here because this is like right where the mask goes. So I'll say no to that. But for the most part, we want to cover everything. So you see how like there's already a difference in tone for my face. So I think that that foundation, it's a little bit too like white. But I have to get the bottle over with because it was also kind of expensive. So I mean, no, not that expensive. It was like $15. Um, so we have to make sure to go over the edges of the nose, and then do this, and then cover and diffuse everything you put on. So to help me diffuse after I've done that, I use this brush. It's a fish brush because it's like, you know, wider. So I just like pass it all over, like here and here. And just make sure to cover this area. Okay. And there it is. Foundation is done. I think my face is like different shades from the rest of me, but you know, who cares? Nobody gives a shit. Okay, let me put this away. Sorry, like the thingy, it's up here. So. Okay, so next we're gonna move on to eyebrows. So for eyebrows, I'm using this Tartiste Pro palette. It's a little bit dirty. I bought it at a garage sale at work, so it was 18 bucks. Pretty cheap. I think it was a dupe. I'm sorry, it's fake makeup, but it gets the job done, so I don't have a lot to complain about. This is what it looks like inside. Not too bad. I never use these colors, and yeah. So now I'm gonna use an angle brush for my eyebrows. This is the angle brush, thanks to Sophie and Julio and Mauricio. So what I normally do is I dab into this color, right, like with all sides, and then a little bit of the brown because my eyebrows are very dark. So we're gonna do that, and I'm sorry, I'm not gonna look at you, I'm gonna look at here. We're just gonna fill in the gaps that we have in our eyebrow. Okay, and then drag that all the way to the end. And don't worry about like mistakes or anything, we're gonna fix that later. Okay. And then if you're running out of color, just kind of redab. And so look at the difference between that eyebrow and this eyebrow. It's kind of a lot. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do the same for the other eyebrow. There you go. Some people say that you shouldn't drag, like do this from the top of your eyebrow, but I don't give a shit, so I just do it like that. I like serious eyebrows, and makeup is for fun, so you do whatever the fuck you want. Okay. So the angle brush is because you need to have that, like, let me show you what I need to have. You need to have like that tip because of the angle of the brows, right? So once you make sure that they're kind of the same, I do something that people don't like doing, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna drink some coffee because it's morning. So I'm gonna do something because I make some mistakes along the way. So I take a flat brush, it's one of these, small brush, and then I'm using the age rewind thingy. This is actually really good for when you have like bags under your eyes, but I use it to correct stuff. So all you do is kind of twist this little cap around, and as you can see, it's been used. So what I do is I do this like around the sponge with the brush to coat the brush in the product, and then I go in and cover like around my eyebrow. So I go like this, and then I fix like the little details over here, and then this. Okay, so you do that for both eyebrows. And okay, so I dragged it all the way to the corner here, and this age rewind. The age rewind depends on your skin tone, but as you can see, this is like a little bit lighter than my regular skin, like everything. Because it's supposed to cover like circles under my eyes, so you know, in case of an emergency. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take one of these brushes, like kind of fluffy brush, not too weird, and you're going to just go over this, what you just did, to diffuminate and diffuse the whole thing. And this helps to set the eyebrows because you don't want loose powder to go over and then you scratch your eyebrow and everything is gone. So you're gonna do that here and the eyebrows are done. If you can, pass a little roly thingy, like one of these, over it. You can use anything you want. I like shadows because I feel like they give my eyebrows a little bit more personality, but you can use whatever you have. Okay, we're done with the eyebrows. Now we're going to use, oh my god, this is so dirty because I touch it so much. They're both really dirty. There is no escaping it. I'm gonna try to clean it for you, okay? This video is gonna be really long, I'm sorry, and I don't know how to fucking do the things and like, I don't know. You're just gonna have to watch me do this whole process, okay? Great. Alright, I'm trying to clean it, but it's not coming off because this stuff is like glue. Okay, whatever. So, I should be better at this. I do my makeup so often and I don't clean anything. Okay, so we're gonna use the eyeshadow primer by Wet n Wild. I swear this stuff would go through fire and your makeup will stay on. So yeah, I had a surgery a few years ago, and so we're gonna take like that much, like it's just a little bit, and we're gonna put it all over our eyelid. Make sure that your mirror is looking like down on you and not like you're not doing this to look at yourself, but rather this. So you put some on the whole lid, or where you're gonna put your eyeshadow. Okay. Just a little more because I fucked up. I didn't grab enough. Okay, and as soon as you put this on, this stuff starts to dry and it becomes kind of sticky. So you can feel that it's like becoming sticky, and that's when you're ready to put your eyeshadow. Today, because I'm staying home, I'm gonna do something super simple. Nothing too crazy. So I'm gonna use the designer palette by ColourPop, the princess one. That's what that looks like. So my favorite colors are the row at the top. Obviously the rest are glitter and I don't really use a lot of glitter. I'm a basic bitch. So I'm gonna use this thick brush to start laying down the shadow. And I have this is a brush cleaner, dry brush cleaner. So what I do, it has a sponge, like it's like kind of like rugged. What you have to do is put your brush like so, and it gets rid of the powder from the color you used before, so you don't mix the colors in your new makeup look without having to wash the brush right away. So as you can see, the tip of the brush, it's sort of clean and I'm ready to use it. So we're gonna go into this shade Grumpy here, this one, and we're gonna lay it down in our whole like eyelid. So starting from the corner to the end of our eye, we're gonna fill this up. And look, I'm not a makeup guru, so I do whatever I want, really. I know some things like are wrong, but that's how I do it. So, you know, I'm not gonna change it. Sorry, I'm gonna use the mirror from another palette just so that I can be looking at here. So what I'm doing is just going like this, And if you don't have this palette, that's okay. All you need is like a soft nude color to cover your lid to sort of lay the foundation for the rest of your eyeshadow. So it doesn't even show anything, like I'm not putting on anything. Okay, now we're gonna go with a darker shade. It's called Boo, the one in the corner. So this one, again, if you don't have this palette, you can use any like darker brown shade or any shade that you prefer, that you feel like it does the trick for you. This is a little bit orange. Orange is my favorite color, like brown orange, favorite colors to the makeup for some reason. Also, I know I shouldn't be using the same brush, but honestly at this point, who gives a shit? So we're going with this. I'm cleaning it with my finger because I'm ghetto. I told you before I started this video I was ghetto, so there's nowhere to go from there. Okay, now let's take some more of that Abu shade and put it on here. Like, make sure to cover your like lids like so. I always grab some more like as I go, and the motions I do are like circular but patting. I don't know if you understand that. Okay, so that's done, and now we're gonna go grab another of these flat brushes, and we're gonna take some Trident, which is like a brownish sort of shade, to balance out everything we did right here. It also has a little bit of shimmer, so just kind of like, with this one I'm not doing this, but I'm just like lightly brushing it like from side to side because it has a little bit of glitter. Okay. Make sure that there is no like hard line between the one shade and the other, because that looks super weird afterwards. So we don't want that. What I'm doing right now is just diffusing that part and making it come together like this. And there we are. Super basic. Like, I wasn't gonna do anything fantastic right now because I'm at home. So okay, now the same brush you use for your foundation, you're gonna use to sort of clean up like the sides of your face where fallout could have been from the shadows. So you can just kind of work that in. And okay, I don't like my shadows going like all the way over here. I don't know why. Some people like it, some people don't. You do you, okay? So I just don't like it, so I keep it like in the inner lid, and that's it. What I do for the upper lid, however, is I take like a little bit of shimmer, like this ginger one in the corner here, and I put a little bit of it like over here. Okay, but that's if I'm going out. If I'm not doing shit like today, I'm just gonna be receiving some work related stuff, I don't do that. So I already fucked up because I put it on, so I'm gonna do it on both sides to even out the mess. There. Sorry, I'm sweating like it's early morning. I shouldn't be sweating. Okay, so this is my favorite eyeliner ever. It's a Physicians Formula eyeliner. It's so good, people. I fucked it up a little bit a couple of days ago because I was in a hurry, but this is what that looks like. It's very thin, and it has a thing inside for the liquid to shake. It's so good. Okay, so depending on how your eyelid is shaped, you're gonna do your eyeliner however you like it better. Mine is just go from the corner down. So what I do is I go like this, and then like this, and just kind of go join it with the rest of my eye. And then I start from where my tear duct is and draw a loose line towards the end to sort of connect it. And then there it is. Make sure that it's not thin here and like super thick here, because that looks weird. So we're just gonna fix that. And there it is. My eyes never look the same. So that's just me, because that's who I am. If you are not good at doing wings on an eyeliner, that's okay. What I can recommend is that the first time you use tape, like sticky tape, like Scotch tape, to get it done. But if you're new to doing wings on your eyes, this eyeliner is a lifesaver. So there they are. I think they look pretty similar. This stuff dries like super quickly, but if you're in an environment where you're like hot and sweaty and stuff, then just kind of like, you know, fan it a little bit so it's not like too wet. Okay, and then I know that this is a lot of Physicians Formula, but it's really my favorite brand. This is a dual mascara, so it's that, and it has a side for volume and length. You can do it in any order, okay? I prefer to do the volume one first because it's the thickest one. And so what you want to do is you want to go on this side with this hand and on the other side with the other hand, okay? Because if you do this, your thing cannot bend like so far that it gets all the eyelashes. So, whoops, I dropped something. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go here and then just roll it. You have to do rolling motions with this. So roll it so that you can grab all of the lashes. Okay. And then I'm gonna switch my hand to finish this eye, because if I do it with the other hand, I could poke my eye out. I'm sorry, this video is already like half an hour. Okay. Okay, there it is. Now we go to the other side with the same hand, because then you get all the corner lids that you wouldn't normally get if you do it with the other hand. And now we're gonna switch hands and go like this right here. Okay, and once that's done, we're gonna switch to the less thick one, which this one is just for length, so it's supposed to do more for your lashes. I'm not gonna change my hand here because I already did that with the other one, so we're okay. I'm just going to go like this. Okay, and then like so on the other eye. All right, so that's done. And now, I'm sorry, I'm just like a mess. Okay, now we're just gonna do face powder. I normally do like loose powder, but I don't know where my loose powder is right now. So we're just gonna do what God gave us, and we're gonna use regular powder. So I'm using the Revlon Color Stay in the shade medium because I'm darker, so I use medium. So what I do is, you know how these things, they come with the little sponge? I don't use the sponge unless I'm outside or traveling. What I do is I take one of these fluffy brushes, like they are for blush, and I dab it onto the powder, and then I just go like this really softly. Like, you don't have to push it down, you just have to kind of go like this, okay? Really soft. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna make sure to cover like the whole thing here. Again, I'm not a beauty guru, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I just know that this looks okay on me, and I don't look like I just got dragged out of the trash. So this is what we do, okay? Okay, once you've done that, if you have blush, you can use blush, that's okay. If you don't like blush, you can use a highlighter, you can use whatever the fuck you want, really. It's up to you and nobody else to do what you want with your face. I'm not gonna do that today because, again, I'm not going anywhere, but that would be it. And now for lipstick, I'm gonna do my favorite shade, which is from the Disney collection from ColourPop, and it's called Tiana, like the princess. So this is it. It's very pretty, and it says Tiana at the bottom, and this is what it looks like. It's kind of like a burgundy type of shade. So what you want to do is, I normally don't use lip liner, so what you want to do is kind of crisscross your lips with the other side of the lipstick. So go like this and mark an X on your lips, and then from there drag it down, and then drag it down, and then you're left to just sort of fill in the gaps, and then at the bottom do the same. Okay, like that, and then you drag it and you drag it, and then you do this motion that you probably saw your mom do 1,000 times. I don't know why this looks so red in camera. It's not that red, I promise. Alright, we put it away, and that's it. Again, my hair looks like absolute garbage because I am kind of garbage. So I'm just gonna kind of brush it a little bit so I don't look like I just crawled out of a dumpster and the raccoons got to me. And that's it. This is what I look like for the day. Oh, and I almost forgot one last step. Sorry. Let me just put this back on so my hair doesn't get dirtier than it already is. You have to use a setting spray. If you're gonna be out all day with this makeup, I'm not, but I'm gonna be sweaty because it's hot in here. You have to use a setting spray. So right now I'm using one of these two. I use the LA Color setting spray, which is not that great, but it gets the job done. It's not like matte. And then I use this MAC primer, which is Fix Matte, something like that. So I'm sorry, there's like a hair somewhere. Oh, I got it. Oh, okay. So this comes out like this, like a mist type of deal. So what you have to do is just spray your face. Okay, and then that takes like a second or two to just be done. I don't know what's happening with my cheeks here. Started to get kind of red. Okay, and you're done. It looks like sweat at the beginning, but then when it's dry, it's just set. So that's it. This is what that looks like finished. I'm gonna turn off the light for the low quality to do me favors. Okay, so that's it. Bye.